Konnichiwa!
Minasan konnichiwa!
Hello everyone and welcome to a special episode of Talk to Keki today. I'm Matt, your host, and to join me is a man who might get salmonella during recording. If he dies, you know why, and that means applications for a new co-host will be filled out. Ethan, what's up?
Yeah, so I was eating my chicken. I did my meal prep. I always do meal prep. I do 4 days of chicken and rice. And when I looked at my chicken today, the outer edge was like really white. I don't know whether that was fat. I'm hoping it was fat. So I tried not to eat the outer edge just in case it wasn't as cooked. The rest of it, I mean, it tasted normal, but I don't know. My stomach's gurgling. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't just projectile vomit on Mike or projectile diarrhea out my butt. If you hear a long pause and then you know something happened.
All right. Anyone that has listened to part 1 of our summer finale, we thank you for that. Part 2 should be coming out in a couple of days as this recording is done, and this should be out sometime next week. These are going to be the Keki Summer Awards.
Yes, summer cake.
Yes, summer cake. We're giving out all the kinds of cakes, and the ones we don't like, the Christmas cake, strawberry shortcake. We got all cakes for these awards.
Chocolate cake, vanilla cake, banana cake, all that.
Cream pie.
We all know that's girlfriend.
Yes. But I don't think they want anything from us though.
I don't know if they did. Yeah, let me check.
No, they did not. They're not getting the cream pie.
Well, we know one of them is. Oh boy.
Yeah, we're off to a good start. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple of things. The last minute reviews. Well, 2 for him and 1 for me, but and then we're gonna do the awards, and then we're gonna talk about our special announcements, and we will close with our fall lineup.
Did we agree on a lot of things
in terms of awards?
Awards, yeah. I'm looking at them for the first time.
More or less.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I'm leaving my best anime from when we do our number 1.
Yeah, let me leave it blank. You missed best girl and
well, that was tied. That's why I left it. That's why left best girl. That was tied.
Oh, and best fantasy. Does that agree as well?
Yeah, mine's on there. I didn't watch Slime.
Oh no!
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Blank. You just gave it away. It's blank.
Well, I'm not telling you.
Best original, best adaptation. You missed a couple.
Hold on. Let me get out of here.
Missed a couple. You can write it as I'm summarizing. It's fine.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I just didn't leave the app when I wrote them.
Oh fuck! All right, whatever.
So they should be updated when I go get into it. Okay. Before we get into that, we do have some unfortunate news that got revealed. As of September 9th, Eden Zero director Yuji Suzuki passed away. It was revealed during the final episode of Eden Zero that happened last week on Sunday. So that was when it got announced then. But yeah, they kept this hidden for like a month. And again, he was also the action director for the Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy series that he was watching. He was an episode director of the Fairy Tail seasons, Saint Seiya, Season Cerberus, or Shoyu, or High School Prodigies. Have it easy even in another world. I don't know about the cause of death. I'm not seeing it on here. But we here talk to Keki, send our condolences to his family and loved ones.
Yes, we do.
Alrighty. We're actually gonna do our final summer reviews. First, he's going to talk about Scarlet Nexus. So that's all him.
Yeah, I've actually got 3 because I have to talk about Boruto.
All right. Yeah. So let's talk about Scarlet Nexus and Boruto, and then we'll get to Aquatope.
Yes. All right. Fair enough. All right. So let me go over the ones I finally got to catch up, guys, this week. So I am now officially caught up with all anime as it currently stands right now, and as we're going into the fall. So, yeah, so Scarlet Nexus is actually getting really good. The last 3 episodes basically consists of the fact that they go into Togetsu, specifically Yuito and Kasane's teams. They go into Kagetsu. Oh, Togetsu, sorry. They go into Togetsu and they start getting information in regards to it. Well, Kasane and her team are basically captured. And we find out during this whole sequence that Kasane is a product of Togetsu herself. She is what's called a this something child. I forget what it is, but basically they're like artificial children that have been created to serve the likenesses and purposes of the Togetsu like administration. So she's not quite herself in essence. She is but isn't. It's kind of strange but unique as well. We find out basically that Togetsu wants Yuito and Kasane together because they both have the power of the red strings, which is basically the traverse time. They can go backwards or forwards in time however they want. So the reason why they want this power is, as we find out from Yuito, they grant Yuito all the knowledge he wants, and we basically find out that what's it called, the people of the city New Himeka, that was founded, I believe they said 200 or 2000 years in the past. They was founded by people from the moon. So basically the story goes that the earth became uninhabitable because of like a change in, like, I don't know whether the climate or a polar axis shift or something like that, but basically the climate became uninhabitable. So in order to survive, they launched people into space and to the moon, and they created colonies in the moon. And so basically, after a certain period of time, they sent people back to Earth to try and recolonize Earth and see what the status of Earth is. Around the same time that the colonization happened, they sent it, everything was going pretty well. They had communications. Around that same time, a meteor passed really, really close to the moon, and it basically spread this space particle dust that created the others, which are, as I've mentioned before, these like weird beasts that try to eat human brains. So it created the others, and so in order to save themselves, basically the moon, people of the moon, they shifted, like, I don't know if it was like some sort of barrier or something along those lines, but they shifted like those particles to Earth. And that's how the others continue to invade Earth. And ever since they did that, they cut off communications with Earth. And so we don't know what it looks like on the moon. There may be people still inhabiting the moon. We don't know. But it's a very unique story. Basically, we find out that, again, they want to capture Yuito. So they try to do this mind control. And around the same time that they're trying to mind control Yuito and his platoon, Kasane manages to break out with the help of one of the guys. Kagero, I think his name is Kagero. He basically helps break them out. We find out. So he breaks them out, and they end up fighting. And in between this, I forgot to mention that what the fuck is her name? There's a specific woman, from Kasane's clan. She's also a member of Togetsu, and she betrays them in order to capture Kasane and the platoon. But during this battle, basically to escape, they managed to convince her, like, hey, you're not who you are. You are this person. Like, this is who you want to be. You don't want to cause us harm. You want to help us. Da 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 da. And they basically convince her to come back to their side. So Kagero takes them to like this facility that's near Togetsu. It's basically kind of like a hideout that he has access to, and we find out from him that he's actually one of the original colonists from the moon. So he's over 2,000 years old, and he came to Earth to colonize. So they ask him, how the hell are you living for over 2,000 years? And basically we find out that there are various members that are still kind of alive that are in Togetsu, and they're in what's called cold sleep. So from the time that he was activated in his cold sleep, he was in charge of trying to basically, spread the Togetsu like philosophy and things of that nature. But when he woke up, he found out that the people of Togetsu weren't who they were supposed to be. The people of Togetsu basically believed in the moon, and they believed in harmonious like things. And these people now, they don't. They believe in they believe in turning back time, which is why they want the red string. So basically what they want to do is they want to turn back time to over 2,000 years in the past, so they can since they have that information, like knowing what's going to happen, they can defend the moon like sooner. They would say fuck Earth. And so basically now the story becomes they want to stop Togetsu from turning back time, so that way they're not erased from the plane of existence. Meanwhile, At the same time, Yuito is still affected by the Kunad Gate, and the Kunad Gate continues to open up and expand as he continues to use his psionic powers. And I'm sure they're going to mention the fact that, you know, he's slowly but surely becoming a dud as well, again, because of the fact that he was worked on prior to as a kid by the New Mexican government. So his powers are artificial, even though they're really, really powerful themselves. So a lot of interesting shit, basically, as we go along. So at this point now, at the end of the last episode that I saw, they basically need to, Kasane is going to go and try and convince Captain Karen, of what's going on, and Yuito is going to try and convince his brother. Meanwhile, his brother, who's aware of all this stuff going on, he's gonna, you know, use Yuito for evil deeds and things of that nature. So we're gonna basically see a showdown, I'm sure, between the two brothers at some point. So that is Scarlet Nexus in a nutshell. And then,
all right, very good on that one.
and then there is Boruto. Good God, good heavens on earth. Boruto, over the last 3 episodes that I skipped and we haven't talked about, we get the battle between Ishiki and Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto, and it's incredible. It's been much hyped. It's been some of the biggest talk of the anime community. It's sensational, great stuff, no doubt about it. During the previous episode, not this week's episode, but the previous episode before that, the episode ends basically with Naruto going into Baron mode, which Kurama mentions, like, hey, like, you know, you're gonna die if you do this. And so he's like, that's fine, I'm willing to sacrifice myself, no big deal. So he basically is able to knock off life from Jigen when he fights him, or not Jigen, I'm sorry, Ishiki, when he battles him, to the point where he exhausts him to the very end. However, with Naruto exhausted, about to die, Ishiki manages to do some sort of telecommunication, I don't know, based off of the fact that Naruto is still sharing his chakra with Kawaki and his arm. And so basically he teleports Kawaki into the time space that they're in, which is pretty unique. And so that episode ends with Kawaki basically trying to survive. And the last episode that just passed, Kawaki basically has to try and endure Ishiki, has to try and endure. And what he does is, Ishiki threatens to kill Naruto. He's going to crush Naruto with his foot if Kawaki doesn't come out. So at the end, we see, and it's a very, very wonderfully done take in terms of the psyche of a mentally abused child and someone who's gone through mental and physical abuse. And we see Kawaki struggle with the reality of his past with Jigen, who was Ishiki, and the torture that he went through during his time with him, and how he was told he would never amount to anything and he won't be shit, blah, 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 blah. And so Kawaki comes out at the count of 19, and Sasuke and Naruto are pissed off, like, oh no, we're fucked, like, you know, he gave it up. And so we see a brief like back and forth between Kawaki and Ishiki, and Ishiki takes control of Kawaki, imprints the karma on him, and he celebrates like, oh, it's victory, it's victory, it's victory. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna die now that I just implanted karma, but it's no big deal, I'll wake up momentarily. And then we see the karma evaporate from Kawaki and Shiki's like, what's going on? Everyone's like, what's going on? And so we see that Kawaki used Naruto's shadow clone. He used shadow clone jutsu, Kagebushi no jutsu. He used it to basically fake out Ishiki, and we see Ishiki basically crumble to pieces as the shadow clone disappears, and basically Kawaki outsmarted Ishiki and crushes him to death. He blows up in the powder, and that's it. And that's the end of that. So as everyone basically goes to Naruto to find out what's going on, we see the first big shocker of the last episode, and that is fucking Boruto is taken over by Momoshiki and stabs Sasuke's Rinnegan. So he destroys Sasuke's Rinnegan with a kunai and nerfs one of the biggest characters of all time in the process. We see a battle between Momoshiki, Sasuke, and Kawaki, and basically we see that we learn that Momoshiki can only come out when Naruto loses consciousness because of chakra loss. And so that's what happened when Ishiki beat him up in the previous episode, broke his arm. He passed out due to chakra loss. And so as long as Boruto had no chakra, Momoshiki was going to be there, and Sasuke finds that out because of the fact that he throws a couple fireball jutsus at him, or I'm sorry, Kawaki threw a fireball jutsu at him, I think, and he dodged it, and then Sasuke uses Amaterasu and he dodges it versus, any other Otsutsuki, they just absorb it. They can just absorb the power, no big deal. So he's like, oh, if he absorbs the chakra infused technique, he's absorbing chakra, which would revive Boruto. So basically, Kawaki attempts to sacrifice himself, knowing that he has to knowing that he is. Oh, let me back that up. It was also explained that with the Otsutsuki, in order for them to truly live, that's why karma exists, because of the fact that in order for them to evolve, and that's the reason why they come in pairs to Earth. One Osutsuki goes to basically sacrifices himself to the divine tree. The other one eats the fruit and becomes more powerful. And then the person who sacrificed himself uses karma to resurrect himself back. So that's why they never die and they manage to advance all at the same time. So with Ishiki gone, they're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And Momoshiki is okay because listen, he's like, I'm gonna take over Boruto, and Kawaki, you were so far advanced in the process that you're basically 80% Osutsuki already. So my tree will be small, but you'll still do perfectly fine as a sacrifice. And so instead of Ishiki, I'll be the one to continue on the Osutsuki legacy from this side and destroy the earth. And so Kawaki attempts to sacrifice himself, and he knows that Momoshiki needs him, and so he basically Momoshiki's forced to absorb the fire jutsu that Kawaki used to attempt to kill himself. But because he absorbed the jutsu, he basically gives Boruto chakra. Boruto wakes up from consciousness. They have like an internal back and forth struggle, and then Boruto breaks the horn off of his head, Momoshiki's horn off his head, and that causes him to basically go back to sleep, and then Boruto passes out. Once they, are clear with that, Naruto himself, due to his battle, he passes out. And so this is where we get the most emotional scene, most emotional episode in Boruto in its history, and one of the most emotional episodes since Shippuden. We see Naruto and Kurama in the Bijou Plain. They reminisce on old times, and we see Kurama look at Naruto as an adult, and we see flashbacks of him as a kid, him as a teen when he was in Shippuden, and then him during Naruto the final battle. The final movie where he's like an adult and he marries Hinata, and then he sees him now in his state, and Kurama mentions like, oh man, you're awfully calm for someone who like this is the end. And he's like, it's okay, I'm resigned to my fate, like I'm okay to die. It sucks I didn't get to say goodbye to Himawari and Hinata, but it is what it is. I'm ready to go with you, let's stay together in the afterlife. And he chuckles, but Kurama's dead ass serious, and he goes, you're mistaken, Naruto, you're not dying, I'm dying. And Naruto's like, what the fuck did you just say, basically? And he's like, listen, he's like, the price wasn't your life, the price was my life. And had I told you that from the very beginning, I never lied to you, but had I told you what it was from the very beginning, you would have hesitated or told me no outright, knowing that it was the only way in order for us to be able to survive, in order for you and everybody to survive. So I hid that reality from you, but I never lied to you because I did say that we were going to die, but I'm the one dying, you get to live. And it's a very emotional moment where we see Naruto with puppy eyes look at Kurama and beg him not to go, not to go. And Kurama's like, hey, don't look at me that way. We had a good run. He's like, listen, he's like, you're no longer going to have me. You're no longer going to have super strength. So be careful. Otherwise, you're going to join me in no time. And for as long as you're alive, I want you to take care of yourself. And we'll see each other one day again. And he evaporates, and Naruto's in shock. And basically the end of the episode is the flashbacks to when Kurama was first introduced to the series, and him and Naruto, and how they're back and forth battle until they accepted each other. And then we see a little bit of the battle between him and Obito, and then going forward, like different battles until the end. And then after that little like montage is shown, we see the other 8 Bijou in the Bijou Plain in their own, like back on Earth. They all feel what's going on. They all know what happened, and they all gather and they all mourn Kurama. With Shukaku being the lone like focus because of the fact that him and Kurama had such a back and forth relationship, the one tail and the nine tail. But at the end of the day, Shukaku really did care for Kurama because that was his, that was his brother, and so everyone mourns Kurama. And the end of the episode is very emotional because we see Boruto. Naruto wakes up from this moment and he's like lost, and we see Boruto like over his dad, and he's like, "Dad," and he's crying his eyes out. He's crying his eyes out, and he holds his dad tight, and says, like, "You scared me, you stupid old man. Don't ever do that. I was so worried about you. I'm so happy you're alive." And he tells Boruto first it hurts because he no longer has super strength and he has Ada chakra, and Naruto has this stoic look on his face, like he can't process what has just happened, and nobody that's there understands or knows yet because he hasn't told them Kurama's gone, and that's it. So, and for those who don't know, by the way, this episode is if you go back to the manga, this is the first chapter of the manga. This whole part itself is the first chapter that Kishimoto took over from the previous person. So from this episode on out, we're back to Kishimoto. So we're back to, everything is considered canon basically in Boruto, but now this is really, really canon. Like this is really fucking this is Kishimoto writing it. And it was several months ago when this chapter came out, it shocked everyone because of the fact that he nerfed his biggest creations in the same chapter in such a shocking way. And the way they did in the anime was fantastic. It was emotional. I was emotional. Lots of people were emotional. It was a beauty of an episode, and it's a capstone as far as I'm concerned. I talk about Boruto a lot. I'm going to talk about Boruto because I've made my top 10 very deep in my top 10 this season. As I've told people when I try to defend Boruto, these last 100 episodes or so, we're on episode 218. I would say the last 75 to 100 episodes have been 4.5 star quality. And it's tough, to be able to take away the fact that the first 90 episodes or so, give or take, are fucking no more than 3 stars. I would give it 2.5 stars in all sincerity. Besides the Boruto movie, which they do in long form, everything else is kind of lame, sucks. I don't give a shit to this day. I don't give a shit about the majority of the other characters besides Shikadai. He's the only other character that's worth a damn right now. But in terms of the last 100 episodes, when they've gone through with everything that's specifically canon onwards, and then the anime specific content that has to do with the canon, at 4.5 stars easily. It's fucking tremendous, and I can't tell people enough about Boruto. And I understand I can't force people to go back to something that after they saw the first 20-30 episodes, they're like, this is complete fucking garbage. I don't want to waste my time. I understand that, you know what I mean? But I can only implore you that if you have patience and you want to see it through, and you want to see a goddamn masterpiece that they've done over these last 100 episodes through this whole karma arc, please watch it because goddamn, it's fucking good, man. So that's my review on Boruto, dude.
Alrighty, very good. We went over the time.
Yeah, I had to go in, bro. I had to go in.
I know. Anyway, now we are going to talk about Aquatope, as that has ended. Well, the first half has ended.
Yeah.
And I know you had some issues with Kukuru.
Yeah, man. I mean, do you want to go over everything that happened, and then I'll give my opinion, or do you want me to give you my opinion first, and then you?
I'll do long story short. The Gamma is closing down, and Kukuru got told this, and OG was like, "Sorry, but you gotta accept it at this point."
Yeah.
I'm content. I'm happy.
Yeah.
The sea creatures are gonna get a good home. He
mentions later, which is important. He said, "I made a promise to a friend who helped me with Gamma that once it became too dilapidated, I'd shut it down no matter where we were at." So by reality, and I'm skipping ahead, I'm sorry, but it's critical to mention that when you mention that I'm accepting of him saying that he's accepting its closing, it's not a matter of them not being financially stable. I think they were making decent finances to survive.
They could have lived. They probably could have held off to their dying day.
Yeah, it's that the building was becoming dilapidated, and we see that reality in the episode where I stopped, because I got behind, and that's the typhoon. So pick up from the typhoon.
All right, at the typhoon, Kukuru basically barricaded the building. saying like Gamma Gamma's not closing, I'm not leaving, no one's getting in, no one's getting out.
Fucking child, bro.
So OG was just like, you know what? Let's just take the day off.
She's like, fuck this bitch.
She's got it. She's got it from here. Like he knows. He's just like letting her like vent and basically like this is her way of.
It was basically letting the petulant child cry, and then once it's done, are you done crying? All right, well let's do this that you didn't want to do.
More or less, yes.
That's basically.
And then so Kukuru does her job taking care of the mammals and all that. Yeah. And a big typhoon came, and so Fuka gets worried, like, oh, should we check on her? And like, don't worry about it. Like, it's really dangerous out. I don't want you hurt. So Fuka said, fuck that. I'm going there anyway. So she sees Kukuru. Kukuru is basically telling her to fuck off because, like, oh, you're leaving me, basically. And then that's going on. And then eventually Kukuru lets Fuka help her out with taking care of them. It's like, no, I'm going to help you out with this lost cause, basically. Like she knows it is.
Yeah, so, she knows.
But she did say she would help her through the end, so that's what she's doing here. And then eventually you start seeing the place fall apart. Like it's leaking, windows breaking, power's out.
Yeah, this typhoon, and I wish they would told us the category. I really wanted to know, as like because I love like natural phenomena with weather. And stuff.
I'm gonna say like a 3. I'm gonna say like a 3 or 4.
Had to be a 3. I don't think a 4. 3.
Yeah, because it wasn't too bad. Like, nothing was flooded. It was just very heavy.
It was like a 2 or like a 3. I would. We'll go middle.
We'll say 3. Yeah. And you see Kukuru start like having this little breakdown. Like, no, this can't be happening. Like that reality is slowly kicking in of this is really going, and she doesn't want it to. And they lost power. Now she's freaking out. And then eventually the rain did die down a little bit during this. For OG and the others to eventually show up. And then they start getting everything in order. OG's basically telling everyone what to do. Like, okay, we're doing this. You do this right now. And then you see Kukuru like apologizing and all that. And that's when she finally accepted that it's going to close. Like this is the last. Like in a couple days, that's it. Yeah. And then they have their actual ceremony with it. You see Kukuru like not crying, but she's like a little sad, but she's like put on that happy face. I thought it was cute that everyone was leaving notes on the wall, like their favorite memories, all that. And then the other what was the name of that other aquarium?
Tingara. I love that name, Tingara.
Yeah, basically OG's business partner there, like someone he knew, Akira. He's like, hey, I could use you because you were basically the acting director.
And you did a good job.
So he offers Kukuru a job at the place. And then OG's like, if I were you, I would take it.
Yeah, but she's conflicted, bro. And I understood. But, I would have taken it too.
Well, that was where that girl, Eri, that was like scolding her and all that. Like, I wouldn't want to work with her.
She didn't know that. We'll get into that, but she didn't know.
We'll get to that.
Wrong
girl. Sorry.
She's almost on that plane with Hijiri where I just want the bitch to drown.
Well, we can't say the C word, so.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm sure this will make Sean happy, and so I'm sure if anyone is offended by the C word that I said, I won't repeat it because our editor advised me.
I want to say we're not gonna pull a DX. We can't say these as we say about that. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Personally, I'm not offended, but I'm a pretty big asshole, and I accept that, and that's just that is who I am, and I'm not really trying to change, but at the same time I want to keep this podcast going. I don't want to offend our editor, and so for anyone out there that was offended by my verbiage, I did want to say my sincerest condolences to your
There you go.
So
all right, leave it at that. Before you continue, leave it at that.
Anyway.
Leave it. Anyway.
Tonikaku.
Gam's officially closed. They have this party. And then you see Kukuru, Fuka, and Granny, Oba.
Yeah. By the way, hold on. Before you go there, I wanted to mention that, when they closed the doors officially and they started walking away, and I was so angry at Kukuru for that whole episode where she was just a petulant fucking child. But at the end, when she just broke down, and the end was the end, and that's all she wrote, and she failed, and she broke down and cried, and Fuka held her, I was like, fuck. I felt that. I felt that. I didn't cry,
Yeah,
but I
no,
felt that was raw.
okay. All right. Anyway, they had the party. You see Kukuru, Fuka, and you see Granny Oba.
Mm-hmm.
They were all talking. Fuka was basically packing up,
Mm-hmm.
and then Oba told Kukuru, like, "Oh, by the way, you have a twin sister."
That, honestly, Hank, I want to pause you real quick because that really hurt me because as someone who's gone through like two miscarriages in my life and wanting a kid, I like to joke that they're blessing in disguises. I like, but in all seriousness, just that reality of like not knowing, a child or not being around that. Anytime I see that, it always bothers me. And when I saw that, I was very shook. I was like, oh my, I was like, wow. And then it hurt. I was like, fuck, dude. Like that was raw. That was one of the rawest things that they've done in this show. And I felt that when they did that.
That was definitely quite the shocker when they revealed it.
Yeah.
And Kukuru said she kind of had a feeling because whenever she was at.
I thought that was like future her. I didn't realize that was her sister, dude. That put it in so. The reason why she brought this up is because the fact that she was talking to Fuka and Obasan, and she mentioned how she saw this girl that like looked similar to her. Basically pat her on the head and tell her good job, and that's what
now we know
told
what's up.
Yeah, Oba's like, we were gonna wait till you were grown up, and she gives her like, I don't know, like, what was that? Was that like,
I feel it was like picture or something.
It wasn't a picture. I mean, you can't have a picture of a dead fetus, but
I mean, you probably could if you're a sicko, but
they weren't going for that. I'm glad they didn't. But I don't know if they were like names, like it was like a preemptive thing. Like, man, that fucking hurt, dude. That really fucking hurt.
Yeah, definitely felt that one, and so that took her a while to process. As Kukuru and Fuka are basically now like they're at the airport, like Fuka's getting dropped off, and then he says she wants her to support her dreams, like do it for both of us, type of thing. And then he's like, okay, like I'm gonna go now. And then you see Kukuru crying by herself, and then Fuka to herself is like, wait, I can't leave her when she's like this. Stop the plane.
Yeah, I mean, well, she didn't board the plane, but
I know, but I'm saying like stop everything.
It bothered me. You skipped the fact that Kukuru and Fuka had a conversation, and Kukuru was like, "Listen, my dream is done, but your dream can keep going. Like, go."
Well, that's why I said like do it for both of us. That's
do it for do it for both of us.
That's why I said that.
And did you? I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like why is that Fuka when Kukuru said like do this for both of us type of thing.
Yeah, and then Fuka, but it was very telling. She's like, if that'll make you happy. And I knew something would go awry when she said that because it wasn't about her happiness. It was about Kukuru's happiness. And while that's very admirable, if you're gonna do something as monumental as starring in a movie, you should want to star in the movie for yourself as well. And not once did she ever feel that way.
Right.
And it bothered me because I was like, fuck, bitch, fucking star in the movie. Reclaim all your glory. Tell that director.
And then she was like, never mind, I need to run. And she runs to her.
It was, yeah.
It was like, I can't leave you crying alone.
Low key, that was definitely a Yuri moment. I was expecting them to embrace and like maybe kiss.
But now, and then it was like, I want to be your big sister. And I was like, no. Throw out the window.
Yamete Oni-chan.
Like, that's gone now.
I mean, bro, you never know. Yamete Oni-chan.
I mean, if she's into that, but I feel like that's lost for now. It might come back.
Oh my god, bro!
But I'm not holding my breath.
I doubt it. It's gonna be Cayenne.
Yeah. But that's how the first half ended.
Yeah.
They embracingly hug. Then they go their separate ways. Like, you're calm now? Good. Now shut up. Shut the fuck up. Stop crying. I'm going to go now.
Oh, by the way, one thing we didn't mention is during that episode where she was thinking about Tingara, we find out that episode where she left Fuka, I think it was like episode 8 or 9, where she left Fuka and she was driving, and we thought, oh, she's probably driving over to that that house so she could fucking beat the shit out of her. No, she drove to Tingara, and we see it under construction, and it's massive, and that's how we start the newest season, episode 13, and massive is an understatement.
Right.
So
Should we talk about that or just wait till next week?
no, I mean, yep, I talked about everything that happened this week, so let's talk about it.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna start this fall review early of Core 2 of Aquatope.
Yeah, by the way, yeah, when I went through Scarlet Nexus and I went through Boruto, that's all fall season. So we're kicking fucking into full gear because these are the continuations for us. Next week in our next episode, we'll go over what we're gonna watch this season. We'll break it all down for you guys from what's out and what will come out that we can't get to. But for right now, yeah, let's go into episode 13, dude. So basically,
2 years passed.
Yeah, really 2 years?
About yeah. She's done. Yeah, Kukuru's done with school.
I know she's done with school, but I thought she only had like a year to go. So I think maybe like a year passed.
No, she was. I believe she was 16.
No, she was 18.
No, Fuka is 18.
Kukuru must have.
Kukuru was in high school. She said she had to finish high school.
Yeah, but I think she was 18, regardless.
Ew. No, she was still a kid.
No, I swore. Oh my god, bro! I wish I knew because I swore she was 18. I swore they mentioned that she was 18 because she was drinking. You have to be 18 to drink.
All right, fine. We'll go with 18.
I don't. Maybe 2 years passed. I didn't see anything that indicated that, but I thought it was just
passed because everyone moved. Everyone apparently moved.
Yeah, everyone moved. I think they maybe like 1 year passed. I think.
All right. Well, we'll say a year. We will say a year. But either way.
Yeah.
Kukuru has an apartment. Udon has a new restaurant.
Yep.
And about half the people are all working together.
They're all working in Tingara. Udon-san, Kai now works there. What's his face? The
guy that hates women.
Yeah, the surfer dude. Kuya works there. What's her face? I said Udon. Not Uya. I said Uya. Uya-kun. Yeah. The administrator, the fucking Karen-chan. Karen-chan works there, and Fuka-chan works there. Or not Fuka, I'm sorry. Kukuru. Kukuru works there.
Yep. They all get their jobs. Hold on. Basically, Kuya has the same job he's had. Same with the old man.
Yeah, and so does Umai-kun, or whatever his name is. Umai-san.
Kai is working with fish like he normally does.
And Kukuru wanted to be in attendance. She wanted to be in attendant. And what did she get, Matthew?
Marketed telephone calls.
The worst
job in the world.
She's working on projects and she loses her shit and she's like, what the fuck? And after the director, who's the same guy, dismisses everybody, she goes to the director like, hey, like, why am I a director? Like, I don't do this shit. Like, I wanted to work with the fish. Put me with the fish. And she's like, listen. He's like, listen, like, you don't realize that the significance of you being an acting director. You were the acting director. I think you should be good here. Like, you'll do fine here. And Kukuru is not happy at all. At all.
Oh, God. And then she meets her boss, Tetsuji.
He's a dick.
He's a realist. Like, come on.
No, but I mean, bro, fucking Soma is a realist. Fucking this guy's an asshole.
I know he's the realist director.
Bro,
he's the aquarium.
Asshole, bro. Like, he's a real.
But he said stuff that she needed to hear.
I don't know, man. Like, there's a way to do that. Like, like my boss.
I know, but at the same time, like
my job and my boss.
She thought she was tough shit, and then she's not.
Was top shit. It's just that she didn't realize, like, I wouldn't say how insignificant she is, but
it's just it's a family-owned place is much more different than like a big.
I agree. It's a big corporation. I understand that, and he's not wrong, but I don't know. But at the same time, it's also Japanese culture, American culture. Most companies aren't like that with new people. They're very patient, or they try to break things down. And the guy was just an asshole. But at the same time, a lot of that does happen to Japanese work culture. It's why Japanese work culture is synonymous for being one of the most grueling and that's such a drag to be in, to be a salary person there because of the fact of how brutal some of the bosses and the work can be. So,
but anyway, Kukuru meets up with Chiyu, the girl that was in orientation, and Chiyu is still had enough of her shit. Like, fuck you, basically.
I hate that bitch. I really hate that bitch.
I know.
She's almost in the same level for me as Hijiri. Almost.
Maybe her attitude will change down the road.
I definitely called it C-World. Definitely called it to her. Definitely said it a couple times watching the show. I was like, this C word.
Yeah, all right. Well, we gotta stop saying that now because
Nope, I didn't say it.
I know, but we can't say that now. Let's just leave. Anyway, Kukuru basically struggled with the job, but eventually she's like, "Oh, I'm going." Like she's gonna have a positive attitude about this.
Yeah, and
Like,
she does that because
no negative Nancy.
Because of Kai. Kai, they sat down to celebrate them all being hired there. Karin, Kai, and Udon and Kukuru. And Kai gives some really nice words of wisdom. She's like, listen, like when I met you, I didn't really care about fish. But working with you that summer, it made me appreciate fish. It made me appreciate the work. It made me appreciate you guys. And that's why I'm here now. So, if I was able to open myself up to the world of fish and open myself up to like a new environment and new like surroundings and new people, you can do that too, Kukuru. And Kukuru took that to heart. She went in with a positive attitude the next day.
Yeah, and then basically Tsuji was like, "Hey, did you get the note on my desk about a tour, like a rehearsal tour?" And she didn't get it. It was buried under everything. And she's like, eh. And it's like, you got 4 hours. We're doing this at noon. Get your shit together.
And I mean, thought she was gonna get in more trouble. But yeah, she basically went over, and the people that she's with, like the attendants, like the fucking girl I hate.
She went to the fish department first. They told them to get ready.
I didn't see anything. Like we sent an email. Like I don't read my email. I as someone who fucking deals with that on a consistent basis or used to deal with it, because like I don't read my email. Well, motherfucker, it's your fault. Tough shit. I wish you could say that, and you can't say that. I hate that about the corporate world. Like I didn't read my email. Well, then you're a stupid motherfucker, and you should get punished for that. You really
none of them read it. That's the thing.
We're too busy. We didn't read our email. Derp. Fucking it pissed me off. That really pissed me off because I deal with I deal with it sometimes. I used to deal with it a lot when I used to work for X company. And I didn't read my fucking email. Well, you should fire your fucking useless ass. That's what I really wanted to fucking say.
All right, so because of that, she's like, I'm going to get my shit together and we're going to work this out. She starts trying to organize certain things. She goes back later on. She goes back to the Tsuji. It's like, oh, good, great. But did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you talk to these people? So you only did what you knew what to do, and not everything else. Because again, it's a bigger thing. Did you go to the concession people?
I agreed with what he said there. Like he was a dick the first time, but the second time he really made a good point. Like you only did what you knew, not what everything else that needed to be done. We're canceling, and I thought she was gonna get in more trouble, but that was
it was just like, all right, we're done. We're gonna postpone. And then she gets told to go home. And then you see her crying on the beach. Like she was like defeated type of thing. It's like, yeah, you're a top shit here, but you're not here. You gotta work your way up. You can't.
I'm lower than Plankton. Her nickname is Plankton, by the way.
Plankton.
I chuckled. The director said, like, no, you're like some fish. Like you're no, you're Plankton. And then Kukuru's like, well, I chuckled because she's like, no, I don't like Plankton. You could tell me like some other like small fish.
And he's like, okay, wise ass.
Like the director didn't know what the fish was, and then he's like, all right, wise ass, no, you're fucking Plankton. And so we see Kukuru just upset. She's like, I'm demoted to like the lowest of the sea.
Yeah, she was crying to herself on the beach.
And then we hear a voice.
Fuka!
Sashiburi, Kukuru-san. Sashiburi.
And then they see Kukuru cry in tears of joy, embraces her in a hug, and then we roll credits.
I love the new ED.
Yes, I do too. Again, I love the first ones better, but these are also really good.
Yeah. OP. I love the OP, the new OP a little bit more than the first one, but I love
visually. I like the other one visually better though. Like visually, not music wise.
No, I'm talking about music wise. I mean, the visuals are always spectacular, dude.
There's
zero doubt in terms of the visuals. They're absolutely A1 gorgeous. But in terms of the music, which was also great, yeah, dude. Like I agree with you. I think the ED is better. I like the OP a little bit more.
All right, very good. All right, we're gonna take our first commercial break. When we get back, we're gonna give out cakes, awards. Stay tuned. Back. All right, that we.
Oh, I got news. Well, I got news, by the way, to bring up before we go.
Are you going on vacation again?
No. I got news on something that Marte shared about Crunchyroll. So I'll bring it up when we come back on air.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna write Sean that we started talking at like 15:45.
All right, we're back, people.
Tadaima!
All right. Before we get to the cakes, you had something to share.
Some breaking news that was shared by one of our admins from our Eat the Cake anime group. Anybody who's on Facebook who wants to add us, Eat the Cake anime. At this point, the cover photo should be Cowboy Bebop. So if you see a Cowboy Bebop with Eat the Cake, that's us. Add us there. We'll be happy to add you. Matthew and I are admins. So we'll be happy to do that. Anyway, I got some news from our other admin, Marte, that piece of shit, dog face motherfucker. Cocksucking bastard. Anyway.
All right, good.
Crunchyroll announces partnership with Fuji TV.
Really?
Yes. Crunchyroll is one of the biggest names in anime streaming and has earned the title for years with the company set to join Funimation under Sony's watch. Fans are curious how Crunchyroll will grow. News was shared by Crunchyroll itself. That they're going to basically do Fuji TV. So the news was shared by Crunchyroll itself as the company let fans know that it's starting its partnership with Fuji TV. The back and forth was founded to help develop and produce new series. These shows will air on Crunchyroll as well as on Fuji TV plus Ultra programs as they go live. The big initiative will take off in April 2022, and some firm plans are in mind. One of the future projects will be headed by Tsutomu Nihei, the creator of the manga creator of Blame and Knights of Sidonia. Polygon Pictures is also taking part of the initiative alongside Taniguchi Goro-san of Code Geass. As for the first co-produced title, fans have Muv Love Alternative to look forward to. The show will begin in October on Fuji TV before following up on Crunchyroll. So that's the news of the day. Crunchyroll is now in partnership with Fuji TV, as we continue to see their conglomerate of anime in the Western world continue to grow.
All right, very good stuff there. And now, are you ready to give out these awards?
Yes, I'm so looking forward to handing out cake and eating it too.
All righty. Well, we're gonna get rid of the first one first. The fruit cake, the Christmas cake, the cake no one likes. This is our most disappointing anime of the summer season. You go first.
Mine. Let me go to it. Let's skip away from it. Disappointment. Oh, oops. That's wrong one. My bad. I lost it real quick.
Ah!
Gomenasai. Hontoni gomenasai.
You're keeping up the people.
I truthfully didn't really have a real disappointment, in all sincerity. I had to pick one, and so I chose Scarlet Nexus. I thought it was going to be better than what it was, although, as I mentioned before earlier in the episode, the story is getting progressively better. But out of all the anime I watched, I felt it was just very average. It was very, come see, come saw. If I didn't watch it, I wouldn't have been upset. I only watched it because, like I said, my at the beginning of the season, my nephew is the one who suggested it to me because he's played the video game. Yeah, and he liked it. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I started watching it, and it's not bad, like I said, the story's getting better. But in terms of all the anime I watched, I thought it was very whatever. It was very whatever. And so that's why I gave it a worse. But I'm not truly disappointed in it. And like I said, it's slowly getting better. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's a low end 3 out of 5, but a 3 out of 5 nonetheless. Perfectly average, perfectly acceptable. I wouldn't necessarily go and recommend it, which is why I think I probably put it as a disappointment. But I'm not thoroughly disappointed in the same way that you are with yours, Matthew.
All right, mine is of course Nighthead 2041. I like the premise. It looked good, but that was it. Like there were times that they pulled me in, but a lot of it I just got like, nope, we're not doing this. But I still stuck through to the end. Again, there was some good. Again, I like the premise. The CG animation worked. The soundtrack is fantastic. Just the characters suck. It was so bland. The story outside of that was bland. The fights were very anticlimactic. It was just not a lot to get into it. So just because of that, it's like, go away.
Yep.
I'm glad you're gone. I know there was one like 15 years ago, and I ain't gonna watch that one either. You lost me.
What'd you give it?
I give it a 2.5
out of 5.
Yes, if I'm doing out of 5, it's a 2.5
out of 10.
10, 5.
Mm.
All right, take that cake, shove it up your ass. Don't ever come back here again.
Yeah, the fruitcake.
All righty, Christmas cake. Yeah. Ah, all right. Now we're gonna go to the chocolate cake.
Better cake.
Yes. Best adaptation.
Best adaptation.
This is for stuff that was adapted from manga, light novel, whatever. This is easy for Ethan because he doesn't read them, so he just enjoys what he enjoys.
Yeah, I would call it easy. I would call it hard because of the fact that by definition, the majority of things are adapted. So you can't really specify. So if you're gonna go with adaptation, I went with something that's in my top 4 anime of the season, top contender. I'm not saying it is, maybe not. But I went with Slime as best adaptation. A constant throughout this season, and I'll talk about it as we get into our top 10. A consistent performer, consistently awesome throughout its trek, both in the first part and the second part as well. That happened during the summer. Can't recommend it enough. So that was my adaptation.
And my adaptation is something I do read, Duke of Death, and is made. Love the manga. So and this anime has done a splendid job.
Subarashi.
Yes, Subarashi. But again, I enjoyed it through and through. We'll talk more about it. We're not gonna go in depth with these reviews in terms of when we get to the topics, but when we get to the top 10, we'll talk about it more.
Yes.
But definitely the chocolate cake will definitely go to the Duke of Death. Eat it and eat out Alice when you're done. Hey! Alrighty, next one.
Watashi mo pochan.
Alright, now we're gonna go to the Devil's Food Cake. The Devil's Food Cake is for the best original anime.
Vanilla fruit cake?
Devil's Food Cake.
Oh, Devil's Fruit. I thought you said a vanilla fruit cake.
Devil's Food.
I was like, huh? Nani?
No, there's one called Depression Cake. I should have gave that to Disappointed. There's literally a cake called Depression Cake.
Well, you know what? We're taking the fruit cake back. We're going to hand it Depression Cake instead. You can also take that cake and shove it far up your ass.
All right, because you made us depressed. No, Depression Cake should go to drama.
Okay, never mind. We'll give you back the fruitcake. We'll give you back the fruitcake. Here.
No one wants the fruitcake.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Depression Cake is delicious despite the name.
All right.
But yeah, best original anime, something that has not had a manga or a light novel that was made exclusively as an anime. Yes. Probably got a manga after, but either way, it came as an anime first. Yes. What was yours?
I didn't know this. You had to tell me, but it's Aquatope, another top contender. I wouldn't say a top contender, but it's definitely my top 10. Aquatope. I chose Aquatope. There's so many things I loved about Aquatope, from the music, and I'll get into it further. The music, the animation, the art, the story. Great.
Mine is Sunny Boy. Sunny Boy takes it with, again, the world building.
You know, I think on episode 6, you're like, I can't see this winning any awards. And look at it.
Yeah, and now I am wrong.
Look at it. Matthew had to eat some crow. He had to eat some crow cake. Matthew had crow cake.
I did. You know what? You're right. I am stuffing myself with cake on this one. I am thankfully wrong. Wrong. I'm wrong.
Matthew was wrong.
God, I loved it. Great original. I'll get more into it later, but it was close with Aquatope. But the fact that this picked up when I really needed to was like, all right.
Yeah.
You won me.
Sunny Boy did for you what Duke of Death did for me in terms of picking up to a fantastic conclusion, I feel. And we'll talk about it more as we
we got plenty of cake around.
Yes, plenty of cake.
All right. Let me pick one of these newer. Let's go with it. I'm trying to pick a special cake, damn it. Hold on.
Crumb cake?
Sure, you know what? Screw it. We'll go with crumb cake. That's gonna go to the OP, the best opening theme. I don't think you did yours.
I did.
Did you put a spring one in there?
No, well, didn't it finish in summer, technically?
Yeah, but it was still spring. It didn't change.
It still finished in summer. I mean, all right. You know what? Then that's fine. So you know what? Then I put I put eternity for those who know what we're
That's
talking
what I was talking about.
I put eternity, but since Matthew wants to be specific, I'll remove eternity, which means I'll also remove eternity from my honorable mention, and I'll put that there. Put this one here, and I'll add this one here. H3. All right, cool. All right, there we go. Best OP. Duke.
Duke of Death?
Duke of Death.
I loved it. Good stuff. Especially the fact there was a voice actor singing it.
Yes.
All right. Mine is
Close. I will say close was girlfriend.
I like the ED of that better.
Mm.
It didn't make it, but
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Mine. I'm actually gonna take mine back.
Oh, are you?
Vanitas. Just thinking about it. You know what? I love the song more. Very catchy. I like the visual of it. I think Aquatope was just the animation I was more mesmerized by.
Yeah. You know what? I heard Vanitas' song, and I didn't put it because I didn't watch it, but I heard the song. It's fantastic. I do love it. Very good song. I understand why you would pick it.
Yeah, but both of them, the opening and the ending.
Yeah. So since we're talking about the ending, let's go ahead and give some cake out for the ED. What kind of cake?
That will be the rum cake.
Rum cake. So we're gonna give rum cake. You gave it also to Vanitas. Is that correct?
Yes. Music's fantastic. I love both songs. I listen to them constantly. I like them.
Spoiler of the thing. Best music for Matthew goes to Vanitas. For me, I chose Aquatope. That ED is.
That was very, very close.
For me, I love songs like that. I truly, truly love it.
I do too. That's why I like the Vanitas ED.
For me, Duke of Death was the close one for me because I love the Duke of Death ED. Love the Duke of Death ED, but I just that Aquatope ED makes you feel, and especially with the visualizations that they have as well, you can feel the emotion. And a lot of times the episodes didn't end so much with emotion. They ended on maybe a question mark, but you can gather some emotion, especially when you look at the visuals. I felt it. I felt it a lot more than I felt any of the other ones. I enjoyed listening to Duke's. Like I would listen. That's that one and Aquatope are the only ones I would really listen to on a consistent basis at the end. But I got to go with Aquatope because I love stuff like that. As someone who loves animes that make you feel emotion and make you want to release that emotion, that Aquatope ED was what I look for in terms of that type of feeling. So
very good. But yeah, definitely a lot of stuff right that one. And now the best supporting girl. Yours is actually still a main girl.
Is she a main girl?
Yes, her and Kukuru are main.
So you know what? I chose Fuka. The reason why I chose Fuka is at the end of the day, even though she's considered a main character of a story, I'm
surprised you didn't pick the remake, one of the remake girls.
I didn't feel him.
Really?
Feel him?
Well,
no, I didn't really feel him that way. I mean, I loved him. It's going to be high on my anime of the year, but nobody supported Kyoya until the end because Kyoya didn't want the support. He wanted the support all. He wanted to do everything himself. So there was really no one else that he relied on. He kept fixing their problems. So that's why I didn't really go with anybody from remake. All the girls were fantastic, but I didn't feel
that's fair.
So yeah, I went with Fuka because at the end of the day, I understand your point that you just made of the fact that she's considered a main character, but in terms of supporting someone's dream, she literally went to Okinawa on a whim, met this girl, and threw her entire soul into this girl's dream for like however long that summer vacation was. I mean, how is that not supportive?
Usually when we mean supportive, we mean like side character.
Well, I took it in the literal aspect of support.
Yeah, it's usually the side character.
It was hard because I couldn't think of any other real like girls from any of the ones that I looked at that were like,
Yamada?
Oh, from
Kageki.
Kageki?
The believer girl, the singing girl.
I would have said I more than Yamada.
Well, I was considered main.
See, I don't really have an attachment to the side girls. Like I liked them, but I don't have that attachment to be like, oh my god, they were fantastic. They did everything under the sun. Like I would, even though Ai-chan is a focal character of the story, she was, again, I'm taking it from the literal aspect. She supported many different girls when they went through their issues. Right. So, I don't know. And if I would have taken the literal aspect, I mean, you would say fucking Sarasa, even though Sarasa is definitely the main character of Kageki, but yeah, again, just how supportive she is and how she uplifts people. I don't know. This season I took it literal because of the fact that
I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
yeah, I couldn't separate that.
All right, very good. Mine is going to Jenny from Vanitas.
Mm.
I loved her. I loved her interactions with
This is
Vanitas.
really winning a lot of things for you.
I think that's no. I got one more after that, and that's it.
Yeah,
because we don't have a historical or vampire category or supernatural.
There aren't many.
Man, I'm surprised we didn't add a supernatural category because we usually watch supernatural stuff.
We didn't watch anything that was supernatural. I don't think this season.
I'm
can't think of it.
Hold on. Hold the phone.
Unless you want to consider Detective as supernatural.
I mean, kind of.
But that's more mystery.
Sunny Boy counts.
Well, maybe. I don't have a supernatural anime of the season.
Well,
so.
Nighthead did count, but I'm not in there. we are not putting it in there.
You don't deserve an award other than the worst anime of the season.
Exactly. All right. But anyway, Janet was a great character. I love her interactions with Domi, Vanitas. Again, I still want that four-way ship to happen. She had adorable moments. She had badass moments.
Yeah.
And she's quite the looker. That's all I got down there.
All right. Oh, I got him. Okay.
All righty. Yeah, well, the opie kind of helps. All right. White cake.
White cake?
White cake.
White cake.
Just white cake. Vanilla cake.
I love vanilla cake. How dare you?
All right. Best supporting boy. Best boy. Who's your side boy?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have one.
I felt the same way as I felt about the supporting girl. I truly couldn't. I couldn't really.
Would you like Veldora for his Kamehameha? One of the Uramichi guys?
Oh, it was, I would have said one of the Uramichi guys, truthfully, but.
Which one?
Kumatani.
He does count.
I'll go with Kumatani.
All right, you got Kumatani. Uramichi got one. Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, mine is Rajahani from Sunny Boy. I love this character. He knew exactly what to do. He was very calm. He was focused. He was very helpful. See, I took this figuratively and literally for the supported. Because he was both. Again, great side character, very level-headed, intelligence, got a good grasp of the world. The fact he wants to discover the world, he's choosing to stay. Wish there was a little more of him, but I think I got plenty at the same time. Yeah. What a character.
Matthew, I want to add a category since we wanted to add supernatural. I want to call it mystery cake.
Okay. For best mystery?
No. For best surprise of the season. What was your surprise of the season?
Like moment or something that shocked me?
Just something that you didn't expect. It was good. You can call it a moment. You call it an anime. Doesn't matter.
Huh.
I just thought of it, and I'm like, because I'll go from first while you think. When I was thinking of surprises, just how amazing Boruto is. I want to give Boruto an award, and truthfully, like I said, it's been a godsend at how amazing it's been over these this whole summer season. Banger after banger after banger after banger after drama after holy shit. That was it. I shouldn't say it's a surprise because obviously I knew about a lot of it thanks to the manga spoilers, but at the same time, the way that it was done, the hype that it was receiving, the traction it's gotten in the anime community, it's no longer being looked at as the absolute bottom of the barrel, worst piece of shit joke ever. A lot of people still do. Fuck you guys. But yeah, dude. That's the one I can think off the top of my head because I want to give Boruto an award. I'm sure there's probably others that were probably more surprising.
I'm probably gonna give it to Uramichi.
Okay.
Because again, came out of nowhere. We didn't see any preview for it. No one talking about it. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, we're watching it, and it's in our top somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely on our top.
And it definitely, I think it's earned that in that right.
Yeah.
Goddamn, such a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, we could do that one going forward, surprise, and then best moment, best scene or something, or fight or something.
I mean,
you can do that going forward.
You want to do a best fight? Best fight is easy for me. I'm gonna pick slime.
All right, you can pick your slime.
Yeah, we'll add best fight right now. I love how we're doing this ad lib now. It's pretty cool.
All right, let's do the.
Actually, no, I'm changing it. No, I'm changing it.
Change it. Okay.
Okay.
Is it you and Todd's schedule?
No, I'm changing. I'm changing it to fucking My Villain Academia arc.
Oh my god, yes.
Destro versus fucking Shigaraki. That is the best fight of the season.
You know what? I'll give it to it too. Oh yeah, such a good fight.
Yeah, easy.
It's a spring, but you know what? I love the arc that much. I consider the arc a summer. The arc's a summer thing.
Well, Well, I mean, it was a continuation. I mean, we have continuations. Aquatope's a continuation, technically.
Well, it's going to be.
I don't know. I picked my hero in my top 10.
And I picked that's the arc, as I mentioned. That's all they get.
Whatever.
That's all they get, man.
Destro and Shigaraki by hands down.
All right, yes, all right. I was gonna say no versus Roland, but you know what? I will take this one.
Yeah, dude. ×2. There we go. That's our first one that we agreed upon, by the way.
All right. Now the strawberry cake.
Let's get back on track.
Best music theme type anime. There really wasn't one fully, but we both agreed on it. Duke of Death.
I'm surprised because you gave Vanitas for ED and OP, so I figured, Vanitas.
Well, I meant like the musical category, how Snow White Notes and Vivi were for us last season.
Yeah, so
I really didn't watch any musical type ones.
So
I kind of counted because we had a bunch of songs.
Yeah, so I went with compositions. Yeah, I went with overall compositions. And Duke of Death, it was easily, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of musical compositions and musical features within the anime as story. It was fantastic. Obviously, it's easy because of the fact that Bochan is a pianist. I'm not going to say pianist. He's a pianist.
A pianist.
He's a pianist, as far as I'm concerned. I always say pianist. He's a pianist. And a damn good one at that. And the way that he expresses his heart to Alice through the music and his feelings of depression when we get to depression scenes, and I'll get into it more, but easy.
Yeah, but it went from depressing to cheerful each episode.
And he even had a couple funny tunes too.
Yeah, he had a horny one.
Yeah, he had a horny one. He had a funny one. He had the cursed one from one of the ones. It was
and then the Owl and the Pussycat. That was cute.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. Best.
Very, very good. Alrighty. Moving on. The Caterpillar Cake. We're gonna give this one to fantasy.
Caterpillar. I would have said mystery. Oh no, we said. Do you want
fantasy?
To so
fantasy.
Is Depression Cake thriller or mystery?
Depression is drama.
Drama. Sorry. Okay. So Mina-san.
Bless you. All right. The best fantasy. What was yours?
My left hand. No, I'm sorry.
Reality is often disappointing, folks.
Jordan desu ka? Come in. That means I'm joking. I'm sorry. Fantasy. I chose slime.
All right. Well, very good on that one. Then see, slime is making a killing for you.
The slime is going to make a killing for me.
All right. My next slime is a villainess. All routes lead to Doomex. I loved everyone. It was good seeing all the characters. I'll get more into it later. But in terms of the fantasy that surrounded the theme, it still worked. It still had that charm. So for that, it stays as a fantasy. Okay. Now, the brownie.
Doo-doo cake?
What?
A doo-doo cake?
It's a regular brownie.
No. Is it a
Brownie's
special brownie?
Cake.
Is it a special brownie?
Maybe later.
Special
Stop
brownie.
it. Get me on track. Best thriller.
Thriller night.
All right.
Sorry, guys. We're having fun tonight.
But
we're in a good mood. We're having fun tonight.
I'll say, should thriller go with like the supernatural or
technically? I mean, yeah.
Or mystery?
I mean, we both chose Revengers, and I think it's kind of supernatural in a way, maybe, because it's not an isekai.
Yeah, no, it actually is. It actually is.
Okay, so best thriller / supernatural is going to be Revengers, guys.
All right. Well then, since we actually have a supernatural category now, I can put one in. Vanitas! Huzzah! It counts, damn it!
Oh God.
I got it.
These awards are a lot.
What?
I said these awards are a lot more over the place than last season's.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, no shit.
All right. Now the carrot cake. We'll get us to slice of life.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Looks like we both agreed on this too. Yeah.
Yeah, we both agreed on this one. Remake Our Life.
Remake Our Life, best slice of life, hands down. Although, I would say Uramichi technically counts as a slice of life. And
That was
it would have given
close,
its front,
but it was better in a different category,
which we'll get to momentarily.
Yeah, but in terms of an actual slice of life ordeal, this took it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get more to that more in a second. But again, we don't want to spoil. We said everything. Now it's just a countdown at the end. We don't want that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Our true reviews for me are the top 10 of the season. That's where
we're gonna save it for that.
That's where we get to sing our soliloquies on why you guys should, if you haven't watched it, and if you have an opinion on it, why you should consider ours. Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty. All right, now we got the coffee cake.
You want to do comedy since you mentioned comedy?
Yes. All right, coffee cake. We'll go to comedy.
Coffee cake.
We both agreed on this.
Again, yes, we agreed on a few.
Life Lesson Uramichi Oni-san.
Was there any other fucking...
This was hilarious.
I can't think of any other option, truly. I mean, maybe girlfriend, just because the ends was so fucking hilarious with them being naked and
it was close, but again,
I don't think it was close. But
it was maybe a couple third place maybe.
What was second?
What was second? I mean, Duke and Death would count because it did have comedy.
The only comedy was when Alice wanted to get fucked and she can't get fucked.
Yeah, then he got tortured, and then Walter every time he said 2 or something.
That was it was funny the first couple times, and it got annoying. 2, no, 2.
I mean, Vanitas had comedy too, but wasn't a full-on comedy.
Yeah, I mean, the only full-on comedy, as far as I'm concerned, was Uramichi, and that's why
it's great
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. If you want laughs, that's definitely the one you need in your life.
Yes. You want to do best mystery next? Let's do best mystery next.
Let's do best mystery. We'll give it. What type of cake should we give this?
I was gonna say mystery cake, but I've gave it a surprise. So, velvet cake.
All right, we'll do the red velvet.
Red velvet.
All right, go take it away.
Mystery. Detective is already dead. Everything, it was basically a detective. A detective solves mysteries. 1 + 1 = 2.
Right. And now, mine was Sunny Boy. I actually had an actual sense of mystery. I was very intrigued of what was going on, what was going to happen next during this adventure in the world. So, yeah, I probably would have picked Detectives Already Dead out of pity, but I'm glad Sunny Boy picked up.
Yeah, I guess. I see what you're saying.
But it got cake. You finally got cake. Now she's going to die with that cake. You killed Siesta, damn it.
I fucking Siesta. I hope, when he gets to fuck, what's it called? What's her face again? Natsunagi? I hope Siesta really pops out I waited all this time for this.
No. I hope it's Alicia just to freak him out.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Oh,
you'll go to jail real quick.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I would love it. It would be half and half. You see half
right.
half fucking Siesta. And then at the end when he's about to come, Alice.
All right. The upside down cake now.
Oh shit.
Let's give this one to romance.
Upside down cake.
Yeah. Well, we could have gave it to Velvet, but you gave it away.
But then we'll give upside down cake to fucking thing. We can take back cakes.
All right. Well, no cake for you.
Yeah, my bad.
Fucking party.
Upside down cake for mystery. That's fine. We'll do upside down cake for mystery, and then we'll do velvet cake for
all right. For and this one, we agreed on this one as well. Duke of Death.
Was there any other? I mean, you could have given it to remake because of the romance with, and it did make a late play with Shinoaki and Kyoya.
But Duke of Death was throughout.
And you could have made it also for girlfriend for what's his face in the love triangle. Love Square.
Yeah, with either Nagisa or
Saki. Yeah. So
not the other ones.
Yeah, not Ruka and not Shino. Much too.
Shino will get there, just not now.
Man, out of all the girls I want him to fuck, I really want him to fuck Shino.
Oh yeah.
But
everyone has different types of bodies, and Shino has the body I like.
Which is the body of a fucking 8-year-old.
Whoa, you stop.
Flatter than a cardboard fucking board.
Look. Shino has the ass. That's all you need to know. Thighs are there. The ass is there. Breast, I don't care about big breasts anyway, so.
No breasts.
I don't care.
Mosquito bite.
But she's elegant. She got the elegant look, the classy look. Love it. Anyway, all right, now the cupcakes. Give it out, cupcakes. For best animation. Sorry, drama. You there? I lost my co-host.
My bad. I unplugged my mic and I switched it back, but I forget when you unplug your mic and plug it back in, it's mute. I picked Avengers.
For drama? All right.
I mean, it was damn dramaful, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it definitely was.
Yeah, I picked Avengers for drama.
Yeah, I did Kageki Shoujo.
It was catty drama.
Well, I like the cat drama. Okay, I like the cat fights. I want to see bitches throw claws at each other.
I don't want to see no fucking cat
But
fight.
no, anyway, I liked the struggles for some of these girls, the backgrounds on them.
I didn't consider that
they had their own issues, and they expressed it through the music and the acting.
I don't know. I get that. I understand that, but I feel like a drama should be something that transcends multiple episodes.
It got quite a good amount though, but
only in the first 3 episodes with the stalker.
With Yamada, with Karo,
I didn't really feel drama.
Sarasa, they all had stuff that they got through to get there.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing that it didn't have drama. I'm just saying, like, if you were to compare the drama of Avengers versus the drama of Kageki Shoujo, I mean, it's night and day as far as I'm concerned. That's all I'm saying.
Well, again, I'm not gonna, so shut up.
Moving on.
Alrighty. Hold on.
What do we have left? We have animation. We have
and then a couple boy and girl.
Couple boy and girl and anime.
Well, anime will go with our countdown.
Yeah, we'll go with the countdown. All right, so
yeah, that way it's not spoiled.
Let's go with animation.
All right, well, the tiramisu, we'll give it.
Tiramisu.
This is, I think, we got a couple we agree on, and this is another one.
We had several.
Aquatope.
Aquatope animation is just so incredible.
It is beautiful. It looks like a fucking movie.
I would have given it to remake if it wasn't for the fact that Aquatope is just so stellar throughout. Just so damn stellar.
It's beautiful, especially when you get to like the visions of the people like that with the animals.
Get the aquarium visions. It's spectacular when you see things like sunsets, like overnights with the stars. It's picturesque, like Matthew said, movie-esque beauty, and no ways around that. I mean, like I said, I could have given it the remake because remake had several points of wonderful animation, but yeah, dude, like fucking Aquatope took it easily as far as I'm concerned.
Very good. I'll bet.
Yeah.
This I could have gave for music, but too late now. Opera Cake. We'll give this to couple.
Okay. Best couple. Well, I mean, was there
another one we agreed on?
Another one. I mean, we agreed on everything. I think at this point. Well, you chose a different best boy. We agreed on best girl. We agreed on best couple. We agreed on a lot. Like I said, several of them, as you've heard. Best couple. Was there really any real competition for this? I don't think so.
Alice and Bochan. I know people said Kuya and Shinoaki, but it's Alice and Bochan all through and through.
Because that was constant, and not to mention with Shinoaki and Kyoya, he went back in time to stop that, and we don't know what's going to happen as if they have a season.
Oh, we know he probably won't go to them again.
I think he will.
After Kasagawa's fan, I'd rather her.
Yeah, that's true. Imagine, oh my God, he gets with Kanasagawa in this.
Oh God, yeah, I would
that
love that.
Incredible.
Give it to us, damn it.
I mean, bro, if he fucks Kanasagawa, he's definitely gonna be a bottom. Because I think Kanasagawa would dominate his ass.
No, she's a power boss.
Bro, they would definitely fuck in the Amazon.
Definitely. But again, the romance is just beautiful.
It is. It truly is. It's spectacular. Unrelated. I'm gonna give everyone a brief what's it called? A peek into fall. I was going through some of the fall things. I deleted a couple ones that I wasn't gonna watch, or
also,
I decided
good thing. The Demon Slayer and JoJo are in the winter category despite December. So
but winter is going to be nuts. Or December is going to be nuts because we have JoJo, we have Demon Slayer, and for those of you guys,
and you have Attack on
Titan. Yeah, you have Attack on Titan. 3 powerhouses of anime in December going into the season. So that winter season, it doesn't have a lot so far that I'm gonna like. I don't watch Attack on Titan. For those who may wonder, I just couldn't get into the naked character.
There is a couple I am interested in. So
yeah, there are a couple as well.
Like guys, I was looking before you called. Like there was definitely some.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. We'll get to those much
later. But we'll close that with fall soon. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we got a while to go, guys. And for those
Anyway,
wondering, yes, I will eventually watch Attack on Titan again. I will give it another shot. Just because of how.
I won't.
But
I won't.
you don't watch Attack on Titan?
I watched the first season. That was it.
Really? Oh,
I was done.
okay. Well, that is
All
what it is.
right. Cheesecake. We'll go to the best girl. The last one we agree on.
Last one we agreed upon.
Alice.
Easy. Easy.
Great. Best made.
A ride or
Beast.
die. A ride or die woman. Anybody, you need a ride or die significant other. You know, who you like, what you like. It doesn't matter. Any boy, girl, it, they, them.
Anyway, this whoever you are attracted to, get someone like Alice, regardless of gender.
Ride or die. A ride or fucking
Like
die.
basically, got saved by Bo-chan as a kid when they were sick. Basically, had her heart set on him since that day. Found destiny will
Saved
go
him from despair and suicide. Like how?
Yeah, by being his mate.
Beautiful, beautiful shit.
But yeah, best girl throughout. Very loving, very supportive, and a bit of a tease. What more do you want?
I mean, there's a lot more you could want, but you know.
Well, we can, but Bo-chan can't. Oh God, imagine him being a
With cuff the cuck, cuff with cuck.
cuff the cock. He'll sing a song about it.
I like cheapo in my butt. What?
All right. Okay. Best boy. We'll give it the angel cake.
We disagreed on this. I chose Bochan because I figured if you're gonna go
You
with
spelled his name wrong.
I put Bochan, Botchan.
It's Bocch.
Oh well.
I know what you meant, but you spelled it.
Gone man.
Grammarly is our sponsor, damn it.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, yeah, I chose Bochan. I mean, again, someone who expresses himself with all his like soul to like the woman that he loves. Yeah, I mean, I would have said Kyoya. This one was closer than what I thought. I would have said Kyoya from Remake just because of how impactful he is and what he means to all the girls and to everybody in the series in general. But just in terms of like the positivity that Bochan leaves and imprints in the story as a whole, I went with Bochan.
Yeah, Bochan was close, and Uramichi was actually close. He was just the embodiment of a millennial of how we're feeling.
Yeah.
But I gave it to Vanitas as the best boy. I love his character. I love his design. He has that charm, the wit. Mm-hmm. And then you also see that pain inside of him at the same time, especially when they're at this place, like visiting his old doctor about being experimented on, like the fact that No got upset this year and all this. And again, Vanitas basically leading on No, like he's just tired, like helping everyone, although like this pain that he has, this grief, like he's doing it for more than that. I felt that, and he's just a great character all around, and he's always fun to watch. You see him serious, you see him sad, you see him being a goof, and then the date with Jenna, that was also great. He fits like a lot in a character.
Yeah, I feel that.
So definitely giving that to Vanita. All right, before we do the ice cream cake, the last cake, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll do our honorable mentions and our top 10. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is your editor, Sean, here. Just letting you know you've actually reached the end of the episode, as the next episode, part 2 of episode 15, will be the one that has the top 10 news bits and other announcements from the guys. They decided to split it into 2 to save you guys some time. So just go ahead, go on your feed, and pop in part 2 of episode 15, and you'll hear their top 10 anime of summer 2021.